namaha. Om Gam Ganapatiye namaha. Om Gam Ganapatiye namaha. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Brahma Mirastuparan Takare. Banu Shashi Bami Sito. Buddha Shaguru Shukra. Shani Rahu Keteva. Sarve Graha Shantikara Bhavantu. Om. Om Hrim Gurave Namaha. Om Namah Shivaya. Oh God in heaven, oh Adonai, oh Hashem, in the name of your Son Yeshua, guide my words as I share your message as seen through the sky with these viewers and listeners today. Now, looking at the sky today, and welcome to Cosmic Kev 100, your weekly astro video zine. This is where we take the planets, the constellations, the signs of the zodiac, and the houses, basically the grahas. Planets are grabbers, they grab onto our energy. The signs of the zodiac are known in Sanskrit as rishis, and the houses of the zodiac are known as bhavas. And we try to make sense of it according to what your rising sign is, especially, and then your moon sign probably secondary, and then your sun sign last, which is unfortunately the thing that you mostly know about, and not, or fortunately, but there's a lot more to it. You know, every one of us are every sign of the zodiac. So, I mean, you could watch this whole thing and parts of it are going to make more sense to you than maybe even your own sun sign. And so, in that way, we can have empathy for everyone going through anything right now. So let's talk about it. So we're starting out Friday with the moon in Rohini. Oh, no. Pardon me, not Rohini, but in Magha, the Magha Nakshatra. And we go from Magha to, by the evening, the moon will be in Purva Falguni, which is ruled by Venus. Magha, of course, if you're watching this morning, Friday morning, it's ruled by Ketu. So Ketu is the south node of the moon. And the Magha Nakshatra is ruled by the Pitris, which are our ancestors. And the symbol is the throne room. It's also the palanquin, which is where dignitaries are carried, usually on a bamboo rod, sometimes one, sometimes two bamboo rods. The bamboo rod in itself, the nodules on the bamboo are about the 7 chakras. And, you know, every day when I get up, I'm a Magha rising, I do salutes to the sun, and because it helps with keeping that spinal energy flowing. And of course, Magha Nakshatra is a lot like the story of King Arthur, young King Arthur, in The Sword and the Stone. All these strong men tried to get this sword out of the stone, and this was to find out who was to be the king. And then this boy comes and he just easily lifts it out. And, you know, the heavens open up and it's like, oh, you know, this is the beginning of a great kingdom and a great realm. He puts the sword back in the stone and none of the strong men can get it out. They couldn't believe it. And then the boy picks it up with ease, and then the heavens open up and it's like, oh. You know, you are called by the Creator, the Most High God, by Adonai and Ashira, the divine parents, to do the best work you could possibly do. And that your mission in life is to bring more love, to bring more justice, to bring more compassion, and to bring more tolerance. And what we're seeing today is a nature of rebelliousness against love, of wanting vengeance and violence and retribution. All of this stuff lowers our energy, takes us down. And if we can be in that heart, one reason like Arthur is a boy It's like, unless you're like a child, you're never going to enter into the kingdom of heaven. And that's the kind of kingdom we want to establish. That's the real MAGA. And the kingdom of heaven, as we know, is within us. That's, what Yeshua taught us. And so sometimes we have to just say, humble ourselves and ask the divine, ask God, forgive us of our sins, cleanse us from all unrighteousness, come into my heart and make me a reflection of your divine love, your divine healing, your divine wisdom, and your divine truth. And then the throne gets better. Everything gets better from here. Now we've got a lunar eclipse. It's not like a big, direct lunar eclipse, but we have an eclipse Saturday night, Sunday morning. It happens at midnight. So it's midnight is Monday morning, but Sunday night, Monday morning, there's going to be this eclipse in nakshatra or lunar mansion known as Hasta. Hasta is the hand. It's the open palm, sometimes said to be related to palmistry. It's ruled by the moon, and it happens on a Monday here in the United States, except for Hawaii. And that's a moon day, folks. Probably in Europe, even especially over there, it'll be even more moon day like. And I'm sure in Asia as well. And so it's a powerful lunar eclipse. Hasta is about lending a hand, but it's also kind of rascally, can be mischievous at times. It's about industry and working industrially. The moon goes through many emotions, goes all over the place. It's often big too. Hasta people are often, it's a very Kapha nakshatra because of water and earth. It's in the constellation of Virgo. And so that's why we're going to see this kind of energy. But it's also, Savitri is about purification. And, we're going through this period of purification, and all kinds of strange things can happen. The first thing I'd say is love your family, love your neighbor. This is the eclipse trajectory until April 8th. That Monday, man, it gets real, folks. And that eclipse is in totality in the central part of the United States across 9 cities named Nineveh, and Jesus said the only sign you're going to get is the sign of Jonah. And Jonah was preaching to the people in Nineveh. It was a really wicked city, that they'd repent. And Jonah was swallowed by a whale. It's in this constellation that looks like, that's considered to be like a whale. So we got the message, folks. And the only answer, the only remedy for that is going to be if my people, which are called by my name, will humble themselves and pray. Then I'll hear from heaven, forgive them of their sins, and heal their land. So this is a time, these next 2 weeks, we're going to go through a lot of purification. Now, Western astrology will say that we have a Virgo moon. Well, we have a Leo moon on Friday going into Virgo Saturday night. I guess when I try and make this clear, moon will go into, moon's in Virgo. What am I talking about? All day Friday. So it is in the Maga Nakshatra today. And, and so it is that throne room. And, it will eventually, by the end of the night, be in Purva Falguni, Uttara Falguni, most of Sunday, and then by Sunday evening, moon is going to go into Hasta, it'll be in Hasta Nakshatra. And so, so the full moon is in Libra in Western astrology, and the moon is in Virgo today, Friday, in Western astrology. But that's not where you see it in the sky. But the most of this horoscope is Western, because that's what most of you know, and so that's what I'm still doing. But I'm eventually probably going to transition it to a complete Jyotish horoscope. All right, so with that said, greetings Aries, welcome your horoscope. Happy spring, sun's in in your first house, North Node's in your first house, Mercury's in your first house. Lots of changes here. On Friday, Mars went into Pisces. So there's kind of this energy where you really need to work on your spiritual life. You need to work on your karma. This is like a finishing up. This is an end all. And most of you Aries are sidereal Pisces anyhow. But that doesn't really relate to this because, you know, Mars is still in sidereal Aquarius. So, but what I'm seeing in this, though, is that, you know, even in the both systems, is that this is a 12th house Mars. And this is a way to, you know, you have to watch your back from deception. And people are really aggressive about taking things from people. And they don't always have your back. It could be secret enemies. It could be restlessness. It could be somebody who doesn't have your back. And I don't really want to, you know, the other thing is that prayer is an action. Doing prayers is an action. And so, I mean, even if you're just doing the Lord's Prayer, the Our Fathers, or the Hail Marys, or your mantra, or just saying praise God over and over again, that's okay. Thanking God is the most powerful thing, because in gratitude, the light comes out and it chases away the devil. And so I would say, Sun's in your first house. I mean, you're the flavor of the month, Aries. And you're here to bring innocent, childlike love and do that, but also have some age-old wisdom and realize we got to pray for people that are in trouble right now. Hello, Taurus, and welcome to your horoscope. Well, you got the blessing of Jupiter in the first house. You know, we can't touch that. Venus is in Pisces, and in Western astrology, it's getting closer to the exaltation point. Doing a group art project with people, sharing in creative energy, is going to be like the greatest blessing. That's how you move it forward. That's how you pay forward. And I think, you know, more money's coming your way. There's going to be opportunities just to create a lot of good right now. And I think that's what's needed. And also when things get troubled, you offer this kind of spirit of stability. So in that community, that 11th house community, also because the sun's in the 12th house now, it's like that's the house of loss, and things could kind of fall apart a little bit, you know, and you have to let go of stuff. And being isolated in prayer and meditation, that is going to help you at this time. Greetings, Gemini. Welcome to your horoscope. So, Mercury is in Aries, in the 11th house. So, you know, there's money. There's people in your community and group are helping you financially. And this is a time where finances and the community, maybe even throwing a little party, you know, let's support each other, love each other kind of thing, kind of party. How we welcome in spring, how much we have to acknowledge our relationships were damaged during the lockdowns of the pandemic, or the damn panic as I like to call it, and that we have to rebuild trust. No matter what side of the equation, we have to realize that big businesses, they rule with an iron fist, and they will be able to bully, manipulate, and twist facts to make anybody do anything. And that we are the most deceived generation probably in many years, many centuries. We have to be up for that. And there's always deception, but we have to be there. And like, this is all about doing your best work and helping other people facilitate their best self. In this coming full moon, is about acknowledging your parents, your ancestors, and your deep emotions. Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your horoscope. I mean, Aries time for you is career. This is where you work your public karma out. Helping people. You know, it's like have a stash of extra food. Have, you know, a first aid kit. Have extra water. Be ready to help people. Be ready to help your community. Make friends with your neighbors. Make peace now. Make peace with your family before it's too late. You know, if you've wronged somebody, apologize. Try to get on the good foot. You know, it's James Brown. Get on the good foot. That's what we need right now, folks. We are in a very lopsided place still, where it's hard to see the full picture and balance. And, you know, the lunar movements going from this week, well, the full moon will be in Libra, but we're starting, you know, Virgo moon on Friday. And that moon, though, will be about fixed assets, parents, especially your mother, your ancestry, all of that. Acknowledge your people, bring the love. That's it, period. Greetings, Leo. Welcome to your horoscope. You know, there's a lot of transformations been going on in Leo's life because you've had this cluster of planets in your 8th house. And so it's really this time to just say, you know, I am not in control of things, you know, and I just need allow other people to do their thing and be okay with that. I need to allow that. And I also, you know, I need to ask the divine for the good angels, the protection, the healing, the wealth, the upliftment, the joy that's needed for me to persist and move forward. And so, you know, Sun in Aries, you know, this should be an upliftment to most Leos. It's kind of like, okay, some good fortune is coming your way. You know, it's like a good teacher or a good father showing up and saying, yeah, I got something for you. I want to rescue you from this situation. I don't want you to be down in the dumps anymore. I've got some love. And it's also bringing out that inner teacher, the inner guru in you, you know, studying the scriptures, studying holy books that offer encouragement and a right way to learn, a right way to live. All right. Greetings, Virgo, and welcome to your horoscope. So, I mean, this weekend is kind of like about you initially, especially Friday, Saturday. And you know, you're going through a lot more transformation now because the sun's moving through your 8th house. And it's like, oh, you know, Sun and Mercury, I mean, both. And so it's like, pay attention to your messages. Take time to trust your intuition and allow other people to have power. And this is like whenever you have an 8th house transit like this, it's like ask people for help because you could use a little help. We could all use a little help. And Virgos are kind of fiercely independent. They're sort of the DIY sign of the zodiac. It's like do it yourself. But, you know, get some help, get some people. And whenever we help each other, we just reinforce our relationships on a much more positive level. I mean, you do got Jupiter in the 9th and Uranus there has been kind of helping you see the light. And this is a time, you know, Venus and Mars, there's a lot of relationship things going on with all these Pisces planets going on. And the relationship house, the 7th house, is also about your career. So creating good relations, blessing people, helping people, you know, even people are like sometimes, I don't want to bless them, they're a bad person, you know, they're following somebody I don't like. You know, it's just like relax, don't judge them, be calm. And I believe if everyone got the love and support they would need, They wouldn't be doing off-the-wall ego stuff, you know? So be the bigger person. Show the love. Hello, Libra. Welcome to your horoscope. It's all about relationships. I mean, that's the nature of your sign. But the thing is like, now that the sun's in Aries, Libra is the answer is the answer to Aries. It's the answer to I am and all that selfishness. You know, Libra's key phrase being we balance is like, how can we work on this together? You know, how can we as a collective do better things where everyone's included and everyone feels important? It's really hard to have that kind of leadership and negotiate that, but I know that that's what your intention is, and that's what you really want deep down inside your heart. So this full moon, of course, is in Western Libra, Western Libra, Leo. Yeah, so Western Libra, and so it could be kind of romantic. It could be sort of artistic, especially with Venus moving through the later degrees of Pisces right now, where Venus gets exalted. And, you know, Pisces is work, and so you have a lot of work ahead of you. You know, whether it's health issues, helping other people, dealing with certain obstacles in the workplace, all of this is in front of you. And, you know, just start your day with a little prayer and giving some donations, making some good karma. That's going to ease any other difficulties. Well, greetings, Scorpio, and welcome to your horoscope. So Aries time, you know, is a time where it's another Mars ruled sign. And so there is this sort of exploratory feeling of like freshness, which is exciting and it's wonderful. At worst, it's infantile conflicts and quick anger. But one thing I've noticed about this sign of Aries is it's quick to forgive. Now, Aries is your sixth house, so sixth house can be obstacles. Right now, there's a lot of planets in your fifth house, so there's a lot of things. If you have children, they're involving your children. If you're a creative person, artistic person, matters of the heart, your creative expression is really important right now. You know, the thing about Pluto moving over into Aquarius, it's like you're much more focused on your inner life for these next 20 years. Like, hey, I've got to transform, purify, and realize I'm not in control of things. A lot of things are somewhat out of control. And then there's a blessing of Jupiter in the seventh house. You know, it's like there's people that inspire you. There's good relations all around you. These things too are going to open up for you. Okay, greetings, Sagittarius. Welcome to your horoscope. And I've often said Sagittarius does the best with Aries energy of any sign in the zodiac. Because they play with it. You know, they're playing with it. They're having fun. And they're showing some amount of enthusiasm. So Sagittarius, this is a time for heart opening. And it's also a time for deep introspection with all the planets in Pisces. A time to acknowledge your parents, you know. And now that I'm an elder and I've lost my parents, I realize just what an immense resource it is while they are alive to get to know them. Even though things may not be perfect, they may be frustrating, you know, you can be a wise younger and say, hey, I would like us to have a healing in our relationship. I would like us to do better with each other as children and parents. You can establish that. You can make that happen. You can work on that. And I think it's easy for obstacles in our life to get exaggerated at this time, and patience is so crucial. And I think a lot of times the great thing about Aries is incredible courage. Impatience and frustration is the shadow side. So it's like, stay in the light, but Aries loves a challenge. So to stay in your heart and to stay loving is your challenge. Do that. And the world will be a better place to live in. All right. So greetings, Capricorn. Welcome to your horoscope. Okay, Saturn in the third house. Resolving things with your siblings. Maybe having a journal, gratitude journal, dream journal, just a journal about what you'd like to accomplish through the day, getting it done in writing. Some people put things on their phone and stuff. I say stay away from the electronics as much as you can, because they're going to use all this stuff, you know. I mean, the ease of online banking caused the curse of me losing thousands of dollars being manipulated once. And there was no way, or it's yet to see a way that ever was going to be resolved. And it also ultimately doesn't matter, because things are temporary. And what we do in our soul, our love that we give, our creative energy, our gifts, our helping one another, those things last forever. And, you know, AI can't take that stuff away from you. So that's something to look at right now. And know that the real truth will shine out. That's why you got to check in on your soul. You got to check in with your creator. That real truth, that deep truth, you know. And so Capricorn, you want that real truth. And a lot of things are involving family right now for you. And maybe things in your house that need to be fixed or repaired and worked on. And so all of these things are going to require a little bit of help. They're going to require resolving things with family, resolving things with people. And just remember to stay in the love. It seems like you get a lot of inspiration from your children right now, and that's positive. Keep that going. Greetings, Aquarius. Welcome your horoscope. You're getting lots of insights these days, and so you're really seeing through a lot of the BS, and that can be pretty scary because there's a lot of BS. And it's not conspiracy theory BS as much as it is willful manipulation by the powers that be, the powers that set up governments, the powers that set up monetary and economic systems. That's where the distrust is probably reasonable at this point. And so we have to look at things really compassionately, but we also need to be very wise, and we need to find out what's behind all this stuff. Get to the root. Don't react quickly. Don't look at the surface of things. And Pluto is really good at helping you deep. Oh, wow, they're manipulating society through, you know, digital currency, through Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency and things that are really artificial. And it's like, you know, one of the things about a Saturn ruled sign like Aquarius, whose key phrases I know is, what's real? What do you know is real? A lot of things are really affecting your personal life right now. A lot of things dealing with finances, a lot of things dealing with communication, and even things in the home front. Now, this full moon coming up is going to be a blessing, I think, overall to you, even though it's an eclipse and it's weird, but there's going to be some good fortune. There'll be some revelations from it. We're just like moving to a place where we need to fortify ourselves, fortify our relationships, be good to each other. We are not alone, and we are so much stronger when we stand together with each other, not because of a manipulated thing by a political party or other things, but just right where we live, right, everyone around us. Just having consideration while you're driving, just, yeah, you can pass me, don't, anything to just relieve the tension and the aggression people have. That's what really needs to happen right now. And the money's going to come. You will get your needs met. Okay. Greetings, Pisces. As we're shutting it down here. I'm so grateful for you because essentially your energy is friendly and accepting, and that's what we need. Sometimes it's introspective and so sensitive it can't deal with pain, and that's when pain meds and alcohol start to come in and things like that can really take us down a few notches. And but at the same time, when you're in that quiet spirit place and you're just meditating and you're sending prayers for maximum love, maximum compassion, maximum healing, and then you act upon that, because you got a lot of power right now. And economically, you're going to do really well. I think that, money's going to come in for you this week. This full moon, it's going to be a little bit challenging, but then you ask for help from others. Freely, freely you have received, freely, freely give. There's nothing more of a blessing that when a child wants to give me something, like a flower or a piece of candy, whatever, when they give out of that innocent place, that maybe it tells me that our nature isn't all just selfishness, that there is a willingness to serve. Kids want to be involved, so we can serve others, help others, and we can give to each other. And in that way, we're creating good karma. And so I believe you got this, Pisces. Next to Aries, you've got the superpowers right now. And may you just share that. Even though you've had some difficulties and challenges, this is like the maturing part for Pisces. And so spread that grandmotherly, grandfatherly love, that deep love, that big love that's got the bigger perspective, along with that childlike innocence. So it's like, hey, I'm willing to learn. I'm ready to go. Thank you. Thank you so much for tuning into Cosmic Kev 100. Please subscribe. Please share this with a friend. We're up to over 850 subscriptions now. I'm wanting to reach that 1,000 point and maybe beyond. And thank you for all your comments. I love when you comment. Much love to you as we go through this really tender time. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Tat Sat. Oh wow.